High in the remote hills east of the Sierra Nevada, a gust of wind sweeps across a dusty landscape littered with creaking wooden structures, rusted tools, and echoes of gunfire from a lawless past. This is Bodie, California, a once thriving gold rush boomtown turned ghost town, now eerily preserved in a state of arrested decay. What was once the home of prospectors, outlaws, and hopeful dreamers is now a time capsule of the American frontier, standing as one of the most authentic and haunting remnants of the Wild West. Founded in 1859 after the discovery of gold by prospector W.S. Bodie, the town quickly grew into a bustling center of mining and mayhem. Although Bodie himself died in a blizzard shortly after his discovery, his name, slightly misspelled, lived on as Bodie rose to prominence during the 1870s. By 1879, the population exploded to over 10,000, making it one of the largest and rowdiest towns in California. With dozens of saloons, gambling halls, brothels, and opium dens lining Main Street, Bodie earned a notorious reputation. It was a place where life was cheap, tempers were hot, and the phrase "bad man from Bodie" struck fear across the West. Despite its violence and vice, Bodie had the bones of a real town. The community boasted churches, a schoolhouse, a fire department, and even a Chinatown. At its height, Bodie had a daily newspaper, multiple banks, and the Bodie and Benton Railway, which hauled lumber from the mountains to power the town's hungry mills. The Standard Mine became the biggest operation in the area, producing millions of dollars worth of gold and silver. But like many boom towns, Bodie's success was as fleeting as the gold dust that made it shine. As the 1880s wore on, the gold began to dwindle. A series of fires, including a devastating one in 1892, destroyed much of the town. By the early 20th century, Bodie was already fading. The last mine closed in 1942, and the few remaining residents drifted away, leaving behind a town suspended in time. But unlike other ghost towns that were scavenged, bulldozed, or left to rot, Bodie was preserved. In 1962, it was designated a California State Historic Park and has since been maintained in a carefully curated state of decay. What makes Bodie extraordinary is its authenticity. More than 100 buildings remain standing, weather-beaten and fragile, but intact. Peering through broken windows, visitors can see dishes still on tables, cans of food on shelves, and school books on desks. Rusting Model T Fords sit in barns, and old mining equipment dots the sagebrush-strewn landscape. It feels as though the townspeople vanished overnight, leaving behind the detritus of daily life and decades of stories in the dust. The park's policy of arrested decay means that nothing is restored or rebuilt, only stabilized to prevent further collapse. This creates a rare sense of realism. Bodie is not a theme park or a recreation. It is the genuine article. And with its dry climate and remote location, the town remains strikingly well preserved. Visitors today can walk along wooden boardwalks, explore the interiors of abandoned homes and shops, and stand inside the old Methodist church, where pews still face a dusty pulpit. Bodie has also earned a reputation for being haunted. Tales of ghostly apparitions, flickering lights, and unexplained noises abound. Some say the spirits of gamblers, miners, and wronged lovers still wander its crooked streets. The legend of the Bodie curse warns against taking anything, no matter how small, from the site, as those who do are said to suffer misfortune until the item is returned. The park receives letters and packages every year from guilty tourists hoping to lift the curse. In recent decades, Bodie has become a popular destination for history buffs, photographers, and lovers of the American West. It represents not only the boom and bust cycle of frontier towns, but also the rugged determination of those who carved out lives in harsh and unforgiving lands. It's a story of ambition, greed, resilience, and eventual silence. In the modern age of smartphones and skyscrapers, Bodie offers a rare and profound step back in time. The creak of floorboards, the moan of the wind, and the faded signs on saloons serve as quiet reminders of a bygone world, a world that shaped the American identity through grit and gold. Whether blanketed in snow or bathed in desert sun, Bodie remains frozen in its final chapter, a living museum whispering the true story of the Wild West to those willing to listen.